There's a strange kind of loneliness that many people feel, but can't quite name. It's not about being better than anyone else. It's about feeling fundamentally different. It's the feeling you get when a simple conversation feels like a test. You have to fail on purpose, just to fit in. If you constantly feel like you're on the outside looking in, not because you're shy, but because your mind is just loud, then stay. This isn't about ego. This is about understanding. Let's get straight into the 6 signs you might be too smart for most people. Number 1, you find small talk unbearable. For you, small talk isn't just boring. It feels like a complete waste of life's most precious resource, mental energy. It's the conversational equivalent of eating plain, unsalted crackers when your mind is hungry for a complex, flavorful meal. Most people use small talk as a social lubricant, a way to build comfort and rapport. They talk about the weather, weekend plans, or what was on TV last night. For you, this feels like an impossible task. Your mind is wired to find patterns, to connect ideas, and to dive deep. When someone says, "crazy weather we're having," your brain doesn't just register the comment. It might instantly think about climate patterns, the science of atmospheric pressure, or the philosophical idea of humanity's shared, helpless experience under the sky. But you can't say any of that. So you just nod and say, "Yeah, it really is." And in that moment, a small part of you feels like a fraud. You're silencing the orchestra in your head to listen to a single, repetitive note. This isn't arrogance. It's a genuine incompatibility. You crave conversations that have a purpose, that build towards something, that explore an idea. Number 2, you are your own harshest critic. You would think that a sign of high intelligence would be immense self-confidence. Often, the exact opposite is true. You live with a constant, nagging voice in your head that tells you your work isn't good enough, your ideas aren't original enough, and your accomplishments are just pure luck. This is often linked to something called Impostor Syndrome. The more you learn, the more you become aware of the vast ocean of things you don't know. While someone with average knowledge might feel like an expert, after reading one book on a topic, you've read 10, and you feel like you've barely scratched the surface. You see the complexity, the nuance, and all the areas where your understanding is weak. This makes you incredibly hard on yourself. You might finish a project that everyone else praises, but all you can see are the tiny flaws, the things you could have done better. This isn't about seeking perfection for the sake of praise. It's an internal standard that you can never quite meet. You hold yourself to an impossible level of scrutiny because you can see what perfect could look like, even if it's unattainable. This can be paralyzing. It can make you hesitant to share your work or to take on new challenges for fear of falling short of your own expectations. Number 3, your curiosity is never satisfied. Your mind isn't a container to be filled. It's a fire to be fueled. And it is always, always hungry for more fuel. You don't just have interests, you have obsessions. When a new topic catches your attention, you don't just learn about it casually, you dive in head first. You'll spend hours falling down internet rabbit holes, starting with a simple question and ending up an amateur expert on ancient shipbuilding techniques or the biology of deep-sea creatures. You might pick up hobbies at an astonishing rate, learning to play the guitar for 3 months until you understand music theory, then moving on to coding, then to baking artisanal bread. To others, this can look like you're flaky or can't stick with anything. They don't understand that, for you, the goal isn't always to become a world-class master of one thing. The goal is to understand. Once you've grasped the underlying systems and principles of something, your curiosity is satisfied, and the fire starts looking for new fuel. This insatiable curiosity is a sign of a mind that is constantly trying to build a bigger, more detailed model of the world. Every piece of new information, no matter how random, is another piece of the puzzle. While others are content with the picture on the box, you're obsessed with understanding how and why every single piece fits together. Number 4, you feel deeply and chronically misunderstood. This is the emotional core of it all. It's the sign that causes the most pain. You try to explain an idea, and you see blank stares. You make a joke that connects 3 different concepts, and it's met with silence because no one else made the connections. You express a worry about a future problem, and people dismiss you as being negative or anxious because they can't see the logical chain of events that seem so obvious to you. It's like you're watching a movie in high-definition 4K, and everyone else is watching it on a tiny black and white screen. You see the vibrant colors, the subtle details in the background, the foreshadowing. They only see the main character walking from one room to another. So when you try to discuss the film's deeper themes, they look at you like you're making things up. This leads to a profound sense of isolation. To protect yourself, you might have learned to simplify your thoughts before speaking. You create a public version of yourself, one that doesn't use complex vocabulary, that doesn't make obscure references, and that doesn't share the full depth of your thoughts. You essentially learn to speak a different language to communicate with the world around you. And while this helps you fit in, it also reinforces the feeling that no one truly knows or understands the real you. The real you is left alone with its complex, beautiful, and sometimes burdensome thoughts. Number 5, you overthink absolutely everything. For you, a simple decision is never simple. What do you want for dinner? Is not a straightforward question. It's a complex problem with dozens of variables. You'll consider nutritional value, cost, cooking time, potential leftovers, what you ate yesterday, and what you plan to eat tomorrow. Your mind is a simulation machine, constantly running scenarios and calculating outcomes. While this can be a superpower, it makes you a great planner and problem solver. It can also be a curse. This constant analysis can lead to analysis paralysis, where you get so stuck weighing every possible option that you fail to make a decision at all. A simple choice can become an exhausting mental exercise. People around you might get frustrated. Just pick something, they'll say. They don't see the intricate web of possibilities that you see. They see a choice between A and B. You see a branching path of consequences for both A and B, extending far into the future. This isn't a choice. It's a calculated risk assessment. This habit of overthinking applies to social situations too. After a conversation, you'll replay it in your head, analyzing your words, the other person's tone, their body language, searching for hidden meanings. It can be mentally exhausting to live in a world where your brain treats every tiny detail as a critical piece of data to be analyzed. Number 6, you genuinely enjoy your time alone. In a world that often celebrates being social and outgoing, you find that your most peaceful and productive moments are when you're by yourself. This isn't because you're antisocial or don't like people. It's because being alone is the only time your brain can finally be quiet. When you're with other people, you're constantly performing. You're simplifying your language, ignoring your own racing thoughts to focus on small talk, and trying to act normal. But when you're alone, you can finally close that program. You can let your mind wander wherever it wants to go without judgment. You can dive into your hobbies, read a book, or just sit and think. Solitude is not emptiness for you, it's freedom. It's a chance to recharge your social battery, which drains much faster than it does for others. You might turn down invitations to parties or large gatherings, not because you won't have fun, but because you've done the mental calculation and decided the energy cost is just too high. For you, a perfect evening might be the quiet company of your own thoughts, and there is absolutely nothing wrong with that. So, if you've been nodding along, feeling a sense of recognition in these signs, know this: you are not broken, you are not weird, and you are not alone. Your mind is a powerful instrument, and like any powerful instrument, it can be difficult to manage and can make you feel out of tune with the rest of the world. But it is also capable of creating beautiful, complex things that no one else can. If this video helped you feel a little more understood, please give it a like and subscribe for more content that dives into the way our minds work. And now, I want to hear from you. Which of these 6 signs hit the hardest for you? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single one. Thanks for watching.